What's up guys, welcome back to the shop, welcome back to the channel. Today is officially day number 1 of Homer's rebuild for 2024. Let me spin you around, I'm gonna show you what I got planned for today. All right, so on today's agenda, if you will, I'm gonna go ahead and get this entire front end pulled off, get it out of the way. We'll go ahead and gut all the interior, get it out and gone. And then I'm gonna figure out what it is I do not need from the radiator support forward. So the goal would be to cut out all of this jazz, the headlight buckets, you know, get all this out, all this support, get the front end off, get these inner fender wells out, and just get this all open so I can see what I got as far as real estate to work with. And then again, this jazz. So I guess it's gonna be one of those let's quit talking about it and let's be about it kind of deals. So let's get to work. This is Busted Radio Garage. Okay guys, if I remember correctly, I only had this entire doghouse put on with like 3 sheet metal screws and 4 bolts. It wasn't much, it just kind of flopped there. So it's gonna take me a second to figure out where all the bolts are, but let's get this off here. Pretty sure I got some pretty substantial frame damage on this front too, so I gotta look at it. If we got to, we'll just hook a chain to the truck and we'll just jerk it back as square as we can get it and call it a day. All right, there's those. Let's get this other side real quick. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Impacts are hands down the lazy man's best tool ever made. Love them, love them, love them, love them. Top riveted the trim on, I believe. So we're gonna have to get some drills and some bits and get that out. There we go. All right, so I think I've got all the bolts out of the bumper, so we're gonna give this a pull and see if she'll come right on out of there. Probably all 400 pounds of it's gonna hit the ground, so let's find out. All right, no more bumper. So get this thing out of the way. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this front end off and see where we're at. To be honest with you guys, this section here, I might try to save on a little bit. I might have an idea for that once the car is done. Maybe just put something real cool right in the front. So let's do what we can to save this part for now. All right guys, so when I attach this back section of fender to the trim, I just use pop rivets in there just as kind of like the lazy way to do it. So I'm gonna drill these pop rivets back out and then this section should, in theory, come off. Well, there we go. So we're gonna do the right thing and just fold that out of the way because, you know, we're not gonna ever use that again. And then this, in theory, what do I got under here? Yeah, so I got 1 bolt holding here. So we'll get that bolt out, and this section here should be ready to go because I didn't bolt anything or screw anything to the inner fender, to the outer fender, to nothing. I'm actually impressed I put that bolt in, to be honest with you. So let's get that out, and then this side here should be ready to pull off. All right, we should be able to give this the VRG patented jiggle wiggle, and I think this is going to be all but ready to go on this side. Well, work with me here. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some jiggle bars and pull this out. I'm going to go over and do the same thing on the other side real quick. Get those 2 rivets drilled out. Get that bottom bolt out. May or may not be one in there. I'm not sure. We'll get this thing off here real quick. All right, guys, I've got everything broke loose here. So I got this trim kicked back out of the way. All that's loose. And if you remember, if you watched the video when I put this on, we just used the old jiggle wiggle to put that on. That's not gonna be so much the case taking it off. I'm just gonna rip it off there real quick, kind of like a Band-Aid, and we'll go from there. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, so we've got this loose, and I'm just gonna kind of get a hold of it, drag it over here out the way. All right, so there that is. It can stay there for a minute anyway. Now we're down to like the bones of what we're gonna work with. So my thoughts are, get rid of these inner fender wells. See you, bye. And start gnawing away at this, getting all this crap here out. See if I can maybe drill the factory welds and just get this front bucket section out, and then the bumper guards, or the bumper shocks, if you will. And then when we put a bash bar on, we'll just weld straight to the frame here. And then all this other crap can go. And then we'll figure out how to maybe dress this up somehow. I mean, that big brand new shiny aluminum radiator sticking out right there will dress it up a little bit. But anyway, let's get back to work. Get these inner fenders out of here, get them gone, and go from there. Guys, to be honest with you, I'm actually kind of impressed on how well these upper frame rails work, or look rather. I fully expected this one to be completely jacked. I mean, it's not 100%, but I mean, it's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. We get this engine out, we'll measure it square and kind of see how well it looks. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these inner fender wells out, or fender skirts, whatever y'all wanna call them. Get those gone. And then we're gonna figure out where to start doing some chopping up here, because I do not wanna keep these inner headlight buckets and all that jazz. So I'm thinking just taking grinder and just zzz, drilling out the factory spot welds, and then just getting that junk out of there. And we'll go from there. But anyway, this is like the day one. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's get after it. All right, guys, I got everything unhooked up here the best as possible. So now we got to get in here and get the 4 million inner fender well bolts out. I think I've downed about 6 more. So let me get these other bolts out and we'll take this inner fender off real quick. All right, we got that one loose. See if we can go ahead and get it out of here. Probably not. Probably gonna bite me tooth and nail. See what we got here. Might have to get the manipulator out to get that out of here. Oh, there it is. Okay, give me a second to get that little pain in the butt out and we'll get this thing out of here. Where are you at now? There we go. All right, cool. Now let's see what we got. I got another bolt in there for real. Good night. All right, there that thing is. Bye-bye. All right, so this really doesn't look too awful bad down in here. Obviously, we're gonna have to rerun the brake line to make it a little bit mo better. Get rid of all this electrical crap out of here when we gotta put the new in. So let me go ahead and get this one out and I'll touch back with you here in a couple minutes. All right, guys, I got this other inner fender out and look at all the room we have for activities now. So much better. All right, cool. So now the plan is what am I gonna do with this mess? So I'm gonna go ahead and get these bumper mounts, shocks, whatever, extensions, get them unbolted and get them off there. And then I can see the factory spot welds to these headlight buckets. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill all these out and then come up here and just zzz this off and try to get this whole section out of here. And then essentially we'll just have the radiator support left in there, and that'll kind of clean this up a little bit. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll do something with this later on in the future. If not, I'm really not worried about it. And then if we get time, maybe we'll go ahead and get the rad out, get the stacks off, get those out of here, tape the heads back up so nothing gets in there. And then I got to get going on that interior. But the main goal for today is just try to get this ready to go. And then obviously we're going to get this all buffed and cleaned up and repainted once the engine's out of there. Get this cleaned up and ready to go. And then energy suspension. I actually have a new puck kit or body bushing kit for here. So we'll get these put in at some point. when we get all this out. And then we'll get this engine out of here. So this is gonna look really, really cool. Can't wait. So anywho, let's get all this crap off here. All right, let's get these big old honking bolts out of here. All right, there's that one. Some big old bolts holding those suckers in there now. All right, let's go get the other side, and then those are gone. I mean, that looks just so much better like it is. Here's where we're gonna mount our bash bar. Get one made or just modify one off a truck or something. We'll figure it out, but let's see, where are you at in here? Help if I went the right way. That's 100 pounds off the car. Cool. Now, I got a here, so I'm gonna have to go get the big hammer and just give that a tickle back out to where it needs to be. And then we'll see about getting these off. All right, we'll take these and get rid of them. Have a nice little run to the scrap yard. I've actually got a rear end out there I gotta get rid of too. Like the whole section. All right, good deal, that's gone. All right, let's see what we can do about this mess. All right, guys, after about 8 minutes of careful consideration and measuring, I'm about to do something either really cool or really stupid. Either way, I'm gonna do it because I think it's gonna be cool. So let me flip you around, show you what I'm about to do. All right, so here's my plan. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't like any of this here. None of it. Absolutely none of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do something really stupid, and I'm going to cut all this out. So to start, just in case something goes real weird, I'm going to cut it here. And I've made some lines. I'm going to hack it off right here. Same on this side. I'm gonna hack it off right there and right here. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up this support here and then run some brackets either back to the firewall or down to the frame rail itself down here. Either way, I don't want any of this jazz on the front of the car. None of it. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't think anything's going to happen like structurally terribly, but nevertheless, it's coming off. I want it gone. If I got to add supports later, I will. But hang tight. I'm going to get out the old Sawzall and we're just going to and this is all going away. Well, it is what it is. Let's just yak it off here. No turning back now. Oh, I'm so stupid. All right, guys, that is much better as far as I'm concerned. I think that's going to look pretty cool. Once we get all of this jazz out of here and cut out and gone, there'll just be the Willwood manual brake master cylinder here. And then we'll be able to see the rest of the engine. These stacks will be gone. I've got enough room to slide this radiator support forward, build our bash bar here. Same on the other side. That is a lot more open. I like that a lot better. I like the looks of it better, especially when this is going to be all painted and cleaned up, new wheels and hardware and all that jazz. But that's going to be it for this engine bay today. I got what I wanted to get done there, and then we'll get to fooling with that on the next episode. But for now, I want to get this interior out of here, get all of this jazz out so we can see what we're working with. Obviously, there's no floor right there. And there's none there, none under this seat or anywhere else. But we can get the rest of this jazz out, headliner, all this crap, and then get back to seeing what we're going to have to put back in here. But this looks really cool. I like it. We'll get all this cleaned up, repainted to match the car. And then we'll get our big massive Homer decals here, sponsor stickers and all that junk. And yeah, this is gonna look killer. And then we're gonna get that engine put in here. I mean, you can see where it sits, right? So essentially the new intake will get us to here. And then we're gonna have the blower, carburetors, and the hat. So we ought to be, the engine ought to be right with the roof line of the car, if not a little bit taller. And then have all the horsepower we need. And then we'll get to checking the suspension, the rear end itself. Get all new hardware and everything up here. I mean, this is going to be insane. And then get all that crap put inside. So, like I said, if you haven't subscribed to this series yet, man, come on, get in here with it. This is going to be a ball. And here's all the crap we've cut out so far today. I may save some of this up here, do something kind of cool for the front of the car, just to show it's still a Cordoba. But we'll hold on to that for now. I'm really digging what this is looking like. I mean, just right there, look at it. That looks sick. Get everything put in there. Man, it's going to be unreal. Got to figure out exhaust. I'm going to tell you, I'm being honest with you. I'm thinking about just getting zoomies that come out and up. And they're like crazy obnoxious, right? Just sticking way out here on both sides. Get some polished zoomy headers. I mean, that's going to be unreal. It's going to blow your eardrums out, you know, but I really don't care. You know, this is going to be cool. I'm looking for the cool factor and the winning factor. I'm going to try to win a couple this year. So, all right, let's get this interior out. Get these old nasty door panels out of here. We have some real nice sheet metal ones made for this. And the other side, which is going to look insane in here. And get rid of this old nasty stuff. It's pretty roached. I don't know what I'm going to do about the dash yet. I may just rip this crap out and make my own dash plate. May leave that. I may just leave a lot of this here. Not sure, but this steering wheel is going to go. Obviously, I got a new shifter. I may keep this surround, the factory surround for it, but we've got a lot of work to do on these floors. I mean, they're pretty bad. Get that other door panel out. I'm not sure about the headliner. Maybe leave it. Nah, it's got holes in it. Crap, we'll tear it out. Get all that junk out back there. All that there. Cool. All right, let me get these door panels off. I'll check back with you. All right, guys, we got all the interior out of the car, so let me flip you around and show you that. All right, she is plumb gutted. Everything is out of here. So, it actually surprised me how well these back floor pans are. I mean, they got some surface rust on them, but they'll clean up nice. Considering there's absolutely no trunk, you know, no floorboards to speak of, but these are good. Crazy. So, they left the dash in it for now. I think what I'm going to do is rip this cluster out and build my own cluster. You know, maybe get a pad up there, kind of dress her up a little bit. And then we're going to get a new steering wheel, obviously. But she is ripping, roaring to go. And then you guys seen this. So, we've got this tore down as far as I want to go to today. But on the next episode, we're going to get the engine transmission out. Check this engine out, make sure it's good. Get the transmission, get it ready to send off. I think I've got a guy. I'm working with a couple to try to get that done. And then we'll get cracking after it. We'll get all this cleaned out, see like what can be saved and what cannot. What we're going to do as far as dialing her up a little bit. And then we got this mess. And it's, yeah, it's bad. So, might just have to cut it all out and put a brand new pan in, which I'm down with. No problem whatsoever. And then we got to fix this whiskey dent here, get it straightened out. So we got a lot to do, but hey, look, we got plenty of time to do it, right? So we got like 3 months to get everything done and get Homer to the best of his ability, which is not going to be a problem. And here's everything that come out of or on that car today, including that 400-pound bumper right there. But that is a lot. And then, of course, we got all the new stuff that you've seen already sitting here. That's all going to get stuffed into there. So, all right, I appreciate you watching. Just figured I'd throw an extra video in. The videos are going to come pretty quick because of all the work I've got to do. But anyway, you all have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.